Stitchy friends, how's everyone doing today? You've reached Ladybug Jen Stitches. My name is Jennifer. This is a channel where I'll talk to you mainly about cross stitching, but also other crafts and hobbies. Today is May 12th, 2026, and this is Flosstube number 5. I'd like to thank all those returning subscribers and also any new subscribers to my channel, our viewers. And I'd also like to say I hope everyone had a great Mother's Day weekend. We did here. And thank you for spending some time with me today. I'm going to talk to you about what I got worked on in the last week and what my plans are for the week going ahead. So let's get started. So I got 4 finishes this week. I did really good. I'm pretty proud of 4 finishes. I don't have any FFOs, just finishes, and I'm just gonna walk you through like day by day what I worked on. So after I recorded my video last week, I worked on Cocoa and Cookies by Primrose Cottage, which this was a free Friday download for last year. That's Cocoa and Cookies from Primrose Cottage. And here's my finished piece. Let me give you some details about this. So this is stitch 2/2 on 28 count mushroom Lagana with the DMC called for colors. And I'll probably make it into a pillow like they did. It's so cute. I'm real happy with that. All right, the next thing I worked on, well, the next day, Tuesday evening, I actually started not feeling well, and I ended up catching a stomach flu from the toddler that he had on Sunday, and it literally knocked me off my socks until Saturday. It was the craziest thing that I've had in a long time. So if you're going through that, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but it is just rest. I had to take 2 days off work, which is uncalled for me, and it's just been catch up this week, but I'm feeling a lot better. So the next thing I worked on though was the Turkey Fancy Stitches, which is all the Smyrna cross design, and this is from the French Giraffe. I'm not sure what this is stitched on. It's like a mystery, probably Be-Stitch Me, something Be-Stitch Me. And I just use a call for colors. And all I had to finish was like from here down. So just the little feet. So it's a quick little finish. It's so cute. I can't wait to finish it to a pillow. He's so cute. The next thing I worked on was my spooky banner. So my goal was to finish a letter. Oh, so this is what that looks like. And I was working on the green O with the purple in it. So this is Spooky Banner, and this is from a magazine, Just Cross Stitch, Halloween 2015, if you're interested in that. So I got my letter O finished, my purple and green O, perfect Halloween colors. And I actually got the next O started. Got about 200 stitches started in that, so it's going to be like a black, white, orange stripe O. And this is stitched on 28 count Monaco that I tea-dyed. So real happy with that progress also. So then the next day, what I worked on was Sweets and Treats. This is also by Primrose Cottage, and it was a free Friday download. So Sweets and Treats by Primrose Cottage. And I wasn't really planning to finish this, but it just worked out that it got done. So this is stitched on a 16 count Ada that is called Widowmaker by the Digi Stitchery. So she does printed fabrics, but isn't that so awesome? It's a printed web. And it's got little spiders in there. Cool. I'll probably do this as a pillow as well. So that's good to have. That's my third finish. Well, fourth if you count the O, but I didn't really count the O since I still have all the other letters in the banner to do. So the next thing I worked on was the Valentine's Day Quaker by Primrose Cottage. This is one of the mini Quakers that Lindsay's designed. I didn't use the call for fabric or the call for floss. I actually did mine on 28 count Monaco white with a DMC floss, variegated floss. And this is how mine turned out. Really cool variegation on the floss. Looks so cool. I planning to do a pillow on this one, but it's kind of big, so I don't know if I'll end up doing like a flat fold or something. Or if maybe what do y'all think? Will the pillow be too big? We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. So then on Sunday, my May-NIA piece to work on was Flea Market Flowers. This is by Lori Holt being Bonnet. It's So Emma. And I'm doing all the call for colors on this one. And here's where I am. So I got the green added here on the leaves, and then this flower added in here. Just about right at 200 stitches. My border goes down a little bit. I'm not sure what this fabric is. I'm sorry, I don't have it with me. I know it's a B-Stitch Me. So, those colors are so pretty, especially on that fabric. It's coming across as pretty gray. It's more of a blue in person, like a light blue. Then the next day is whenever I finished my Valentine's Day Quaker. I didn't have a lot of time on Saturday. We had a lot going on here at home, celebrating Mother's Days and stuff. So on Sunday after church, I had quite a bit of time. So I finished my Valentine's Day Quaker after I did my Stitch Mania for the day. Then on Monday, I started one of my new pieces for my 40 and 40, which is called Summer Bouquet, which is this. And this is from Just Cross Stitch, June 2020. 2012. June 2020. I'm sorry, June 2012. Just Cross Stitch. And I'm doing it. I'm using all the call for DMC. And the fabric I'm doing on is an 18 count Aida Snow on navy. So this is a printed fabric by Fabric Flare. Here's where I got to. You can't really tell anything that's going on here. So what I was trying to do was I started in the middle and I worked my way up to the very edge, and I was wanting to work like in a diagonal, kind of like down, because it's almost a full coverage with all the flowers. But if I'm going to do a diagonal, I'm going to have to grid it. I don't know that I want to do that. So next time I pick it up, I'll figure out kind of where I want to go with it. But the colors are so pretty. Very pretty color palette. The next thing I worked on was, what's this called? Tropical Tidings. And it's 4 little ornaments. I'm currently working on Santa and his surfboard. So I had most of Santa done. I just needed to fill in like some of his shirt and then his feet and the sand. I did all that. Oh, and I started the surfboard. You can kind of see the green doesn't show up great on this fabric, but you can see it, right? So my plan is to do these in ornaments for a tree when I get those finished. So I plan on doing all 4 of those. So that's everything that I got worked on this week. I feel like I had a pretty good week, even though I was down for about 3 days with an illness. But I was so sick I couldn't even sit up and stitch, guys. I just had to like lay in bed. It was crazy. Thank God I have a husband that will help take care of children, because it wasn't happening. So we'll go on and start talking about my plans for this week. And I'm still doing Stitch Mania. Here's my little board. I work on a whip each day. So I just have like a daily whip focus. So I'll show you the next 7 pieces that I'm planning on working on. So the first one is in this bag that I did, which is part of the Stitchers Trio from Primrose Cottage. So I've stitched this one and this one, and so I need to do this one, which is the same pattern as on the bag. So I'm stitching it again, essentially. So I'm just gonna use the call for colors and on gray. So it'll be a new start. I haven't started it yet. So that'll be what I work on today. Then I'm gonna work on my Witch's Hat Pin Cushion from Cross Stitch 2023 Halloween edition. It's a little witch's hat pin cushion. So I've done pretty good with this one. So I've got the bottom part now, the circle of the hat, and I'm just working on, I just got to finish out the rest of this triangular spot to really, so there's like the belt of on the front. It's just all black on black. Oh boy, that should be fun, they said, right? But it's on 14 count black Ada. So that's the pin cushion that I'll be working on. Then I'll be doing His Name is Jesus. This is will be on 16 count chocolate milk. And I'm gonna do this version of it where every word phrase is a different color. So it's gonna be really rainbowy. I love me some color. This is where I am. I have His Name is Jesus, and this will say Son of Man. So Son of Man will be at the top. Son of. So that's where I am on that. I finally got His Name is Jesus finished last time I worked on this, so I can move on to a different color. I'll probably just stitch like each name and then move to another name. So I'll work on Son of for this week. Then my next one is I'm working on stitching the 12 mini pillows. What are these called? Monthly minis? 12 monthly minis from Primrose Cottage. I only have, I think, 3 left, maybe 4. But I'm working on August, which is the bees. And this is going to be stitched on 25 count vintage country mocha. I'm probably halfway. Sorry for when I stitch 2 over 2, I'd like to do that for counting purposes so I don't make errors. So there's where I'm on that. And I'm making these into pillows. The next one I'll work on is Anytown, Tiny Town. So I've started 12 of these, and I'm just slowly working through each one. So this one is my focus right now. This was part of my temperature stitching when I did temperature stitching last month. So I've got a little over half of it done. So I've got my little white house, my bookstore, my ice cream truck cart, my tree with my little apple bee buttons in it. Isn't it cute? And I chose to do the flag. You can do a flag, or you can do the longer one and put your L&S name on it if you want to. So this is kind of like the local needle workshop. And the little black cat. They had Keepsake, so Keepsake has the little black cat there, if you didn't know. But there's where I am on that one. So my goal is just to get as far as I can on these whenever they get called. So the next one is Stitching Rolls by Guess Who? Primrose Cottage. So I haven't worked, this one's pretty much a new start. So I'm stitching this on 16 count Hot Cocoa by Grace Notes Fabrics. And this is all I've got done. Just one day's worth. My goal each day is that I work on something that's 200. But like I said, I'll just work on it as much as I can the day it's called and hope for the best. It's on a big old piece of fabric. I probably will not use all of it, but I haven't cut it down yet. So that's Stitching Rolls. The last one I'll be working on is Celebrate Cross Stitch by Madame Chantilly. This is her little tier tray. So cute. In this one I'm just stitching on tea-dye Monaco, all the DMC colors, which the colors are not as bright as the picture, which kind of bummed me because I really like the pink in there, but that's okay. I decided just to stick with the more but this is also a big piece. But I've got 2 of the shelves stitched. This area is completely done. I just need to do the bottom of this. Yeah, I need to do the bottom shelf with the stand. So that's what goes on there. So this is the middle shelf and this is the top shelf. Sorry for the glare on the pattern there. So that's what it'll look like. Again, that's Celebrate Cross Stitch from Madame Chantilly. So I've been working on that one for a while, but I love that one. It's so cute. So that's what I'll be working on this week. Sorry, I keep shaking the hammer. And so I'll plan to be back next week to give you an update on the whips that I was able to work on. I don't see any finishes happening this week. There's bigger projects that I'll be touching this week, which is fine. Any progress is good progress, right? So I didn't purchase anything this week. Actually, I did purchase some stuff. Let's see. So I have gotten into making charms. So I purchased some charms. This little pack just has a bunch of random stuff, but like a cow heart, come on. A pink heart, 2 pink hearts. What's this? Oh, this is another pink heart, a star. Too cute. I got some crosses, some letters, I got a crown. This says, with God, all things are possible. Oh, sorry, it's like dangling. And I got some really cute bows. So with these, I plan to make these carabiner clip things. I'm sure y'all have seen them on social media. But that's what I plan on doing with these charms, is making myself one. I've made one for my mom, for my mom, my mother-in-law, for Mother's Day. And I'll put pictures in at the beginning of those. And for the teacher, for teacher appreciation. Oh, I showed one last week. That was for my toddler's teacher. The other one I made for my older boys' teachers. He's in 2nd grade. So then for Mother's Day, my husband and my boys got me some nail polish. I asked him just go take the boys and have them pick out a color, because I always paint my toenails myself. And then I use, these are the nails that I use for press-on nails. I love these things. And then this like color is so cool. He got the right length, the right shape. So kudos to my husband. He did good. So, I haven't gotten what my mom was going to buy lunch, but it didn't end up working out because they weren't there. So she ended up buying me something else, and maybe I'll have it next week and I can show you. But I got this from my mother-in-law. My favorite flowers are Gerber daisies. So she found this little card, and it actually lights up and plays music and stuff, but I don't want to do that. So it's just like a foldable card. It's so pretty. It'll never die. It's gorgeous. So I got that from her. And then from my 2-year-old in their class at daycare, they made these little pots with their fingerprints. So it's got butterflies and ladybugs. And it says Happy Mother's Day right on the top. I love homemade gifts from daycare. They always do the coolest stuff. And then my big boy, Charlie, he made me this. They had like a free day at school, so he made me this. It's it's washi tape. And I said, son, why'd you spell my name like that? He said, because they didn't have any N's. So he spelled it Jiffner instead of Jennifer. And he put my age on here. He's silly. And over here is the date. So we'll remember what year it's from. But I love it. It's so fun. The things that your kids make you. And then they did this with them where they ask you all the questions. And it's like, what does she like to do? She likes to stitch. Together we like to listen to the rain. I love when my mom plays with me. My mom laughs at me when I tell her a joke. I love my mom because she loves me. These are like, I feel like these are your report card. Like it makes you really reflect like how your children see you, which is so cool. It's just priceless. I really love these. Then on the back, they provided them a vase and they drew flowers. My favorite colors are pink and purple. So he was really intentional. Looks like he drew some extra flowers for the side. He's funny. Love my boys. So things that I've been reading and things we've been watching. So I've read this series before, but I'm going to reread it. It's the Karen Kingsbury Baxter family series. So the first one I'm reading is Redemption. And again, it's by Karen Kingsbury. And it's like I guess it's a faith-based family romance, I guess is how you would, it's about the Baxter family and each child in the family and the parents, and just kind of like walks through their life and how their experience, shows how they handled it with God, like using their strength and their faith and things like that. So that's what I've been reading. And then my husband and I started Unchosen yesterday. It's on Netflix. Again, Unchosen on Netflix. We've watched 3 of the 6 episodes. It's crazy. Crazy. Well, my video got cut off by the bus alarm, so I'm going to do the last few minutes here again and try to sync it together. And so I just want to talk to you about my personal life and what we did this weekend. Like I said, I was sick Tuesday evening, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, I was well enough to sit up and work. I didn't feel back to normal until Saturday, but thankfully Saturday I felt back to normal because we had a busy day. My son's last soccer game was on Saturday. Both sets of grandparents came. Then we went out to lunch after that to celebrate Mother's Day and celebrate Charlie and his last game. And then we came home and did nap time with the toddler. And then after nap time, we went to a splash pool party kind of thing for one of Charlie's friends from his class. So that's always fun to go and hang out with the adults and let the kids play. So we did that for a little bit. And then on Sunday, we went to, I took the boys to church. My husband is the drummer at church, and so he's there every Sunday morning for all 3 services. And so I just get the boys ready and we go, and he comes out to the car and helps me get everybody inside and to their class, and he's such a great guy. But after service, the toddler was really fussy, and I was like, well, maybe he's tired. So I put him to bed a little earlier than normal for his nap, and then he woke up with a fever. So we've had a sick baby home all week. I took him to the doctor yesterday. She said there's just a virus going around. It's not like COVID or anything. There's like no common, like they've done a bunch of testing on different kids, but none of the results have been the same. So it's not like, oh, this is what's going around. It's just there's a virus out there and a lot of kids are sick. So if you are a praying type, I do ask that you please pray for my family. My husband has an interview tomorrow. He is currently unemployed. So a job would be such a blessing to our family at this point. And then one last thing, if you made it this far, if you please give me a heart down in the comments, I'd really appreciate it. And so I would know those who made it this far. And I'll see you next week. Bye.